The three things that you're going to learn in this video: why managing money is actually more important than making money, and the three income pillars that are actually going to help you make more money. And if you stay till the end, I actually have one that requires zero time, and how to multiply your money and make it work for you versus you working for it. Money management is oftentimes missed opportunity. And what I mean by this is, think about how much time you spend making money, right? And then think about maybe your ideal lifestyle that you desire. And I have come to find many of us are buying our lifestyle because we can't afford it. It's never about what you make, but what you keep. In your management of money, oftentimes lends to your spending habits and your relationship with money. Now, I'll tell you, I haven't always had a healthy relationship with money. Me and money didn't see eye to eye all the time. But what I have come to find is that my thought of, I just need more. If I got more, I would have everything that I want. I wouldn't be in debt. But the fact is, and it's a hard truth that sometimes we don't want to admit, if you can't effectively manage 1,000, having more of it and trying to manage 10,000 or 100,000, your problems don't go away. You're going to be in a constant rat race of trying to make more. So shift gears a little bit. And all I'm asking is for you to spend the fraction of the time that you spend making that money to properly manage it. So oftentimes when people are talking money management, the number one thing that comes to mind is budget. And I don't know about you, but budget just sounds hella restrictive. It just sounds like I'm not allowed to do what I want to do with my money. But really, it's about having a spending plan. A spending plan is meant to empower you and put you in a position where you're allocating your dollars towards the things that you actually value, desire, and love. It's oftentimes the impulse buys and the things that we like that we spend our money on that leads us to believe we need more money in order to afford the things that we really love and desire. But a spending plan is the first step to managing your money, because when you begin managing it properly, you actually will find that you can afford to do the things that you want. You can get out of debt or take that debt-free vacation. That is hella empowering because you're giving your dollar a job. You're allocating it towards the things that you are saying are your goals. So think about it for a second. If I offered you $200,000, right? And maybe, you were making 80,000. So more money sounds real attractive to you. Now, follow me here. Let's say you at 80,000 didn't really have a money management system in place, maybe not exactly financially literate, not, good spending habits. And you're like, 200,000? Yeah, girl, all my stuff is going to be solved, right? But think about it here. You're operating the same. You've not changed anything other than your income, right? You're getting more money. Well, what if I told you that I had a client that was making, right under 100K, right? I think she was making 70 some odd $1,000. And I had another client that was making like double that, 150. Which one of those would you rather be? Well, what if I told you that my client that was bringing in a little under 80K was in a far better financial situation than the one that was making nearly twice as much? That's because the one with 80K was very focused on management and multiplying of money. You see, making money isn't just active income. It's not time for dollars. When you really start going into high level of making money, you have three income sources. You have active income, passive income, and dividend income. And that's where it really gets good because it leads us into how to multiply your money. Another benefit to having a spending plan to put you on the path of proper money management is really beginning to uncover, is your money going towards investments or towards expenses? Now, you might be asking yourself, well, hell, what's the difference? All I know is money's going out and it's leaving my account. And I hear you on that. But when you're making investments, these are things that are, assets and producing some kind of value, right? Or it has a return, it has a solid ROI, which is a return on investment. Expenses just go, expenses is going and maybe buying the new pair of shoes that you saw at Macy's that you're like, girl, these are hot. And they might be hot, and they might be on trend, and you might look damn good in them, but I can't really say that it's an asset. Now, if you're in a position where you can afford that lifestyle, go for it. But if you've come to find through your money management that you're actually buying your lifestyle, then think about it. If you said yes to those shoes, what did you say no to? Did you say no to spending money in marketing to expand your business? Positive ROI. Did you say no to paying down your debt? Right? There's a positive ROI in that because we all know debt is just, God, it drains our account. That's a whole nother conversation. Okay, so I want to have a truth moment here with you all and a little bit of storytelling time. There was a client of mine who, was ready to take her business to the next level. And we discussed putting in a lead generation system for her. So she went with an agency that was going to put together an entire client acquisition strategy to bring her more business. However, have you ever been guilty of trying to save money that you only end up spending more of it? So what really should have been a fantastic investment, right? By putting in place this marketing strategy and hiring an agency that can bring in business and a really strong ROI, right? On the dollars you invested. So you spent this much and in return you received that much. But because you're penny pinching, or because you maybe have a scarcity mindset, or you told yourself, I can't really afford this, or I'm going to hack the system and I'm going to do this part DIY and let them do that, and you're going against the recommended and proven plan that has been known to work over and over again, my client unfortunately opted to let a VA handle a majority of this project. And against the advisement of the experts and the professionals, she ran the campaign and it just was a flop. So, what should have been a really good investment in her business, unfortunately, became a costly lesson and a huge expense. All because we're trying to save a dollar that ultimately we lost a lot. Okay, so the part that I know everyone wants to hear about is, Melinda, tell me about the making money. Well, you all know that I am anti-hustle culture. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how to make money without trading your time for dollars. I don't know about you, but time freedom is high on my priority list. So you have active income, and this is the traditional way we go about making our money, whether employed or self-employed, a combination of both, side hustle. This is, I am using my time, and in exchange, I am receiving these dollars. That is one income faucet, all right? But if you really want to amplify it and turn that drip of income into like just opening the floodgates, I want you to think about passive income, right? So passive income is another way for you to make more money, but without using your time, right? So this is where maybe, let's say your spa, for example, you're at a place where you are tapped out. You don't have any more time to give. You can't take any more clients. You are just booked to the max. Congrats to you. But you're now faced with a decision. You want to make more money, but you don't have any more time to trade. Well, a way to have passive income is for you to begin employing others and bringing people in and leveraging labor from others, right? Then you have dividend income, another way to make money. And dividend income sort of brings us a little bit into multiplying money. And it kind of touches on our money management. Because if you manage your money properly and you're paying yourself first, as we oftentimes hear, that means you're paying into your retirement, right? And you can look into other investments that are cash flowing. And so by making these cash flowing decisions, this will help you to bring in another income source of dividend income. So now to the sexy part, multiplying money. When I say this to people, they're like, girl, they start leaning in, tell me how, tell me what the secret sauce is. And let me just preface it first by saying, you certainly have to make money and you have to manage money in order to have something to then turn around and multiply. So what this can look like is simply, boosting revenue. And boosting revenue is taking the money that you're already making and having in and optimizing, right? Optimizing every single opportunity. Multiplying money also looks like putting it into investment products and things that are going to make money for you. This is where you may have heard me say, your money can work harder for you than you ever could work for it. And I don't know about you, but I'm thinking about my exit strategy. I don't want to be in this constant rat race of making money. So to multiply it, what I recommend at bare minimum, no matter where you're at, especially for my self-employed spa owners, you want to open up a Roth IRA. Now, disclaimer, please check in with your CPA or tax professional or financial planner because I am none of those things. I am simply just advising you and kind of pointing you in the right direction by making the recommendation and really maximizing that. So by doing so, this is a way to simply and easily begin the journey of multiplying money. A big conversation that is oftentimes brought up is how to pay yourself, right? I oftentimes hear I'm not making enough to pay myself, or some of you have read books and things that always say you should be paying yourself first, and I certainly agree with that. However, I want you to really take it a step further and ask yourself, what does it actually mean to pay yourself first? And I'm here to tell you, it's not just transferring money from your business account to your personal account. It's one more place that it needs to go, and that's being transferred to your brokerage account. When you're self-employed, you're responsible for your retirement. And that is really what it means to pay yourself first. So by any means necessary, that is something you should never skip out on. And you should certainly, when building your spending plan, prioritize paying yourself first. Because unless you want to constantly be spending your time for dollars, then it's critical that you not ignore your retirement. I know we covered a lot today, you know, um, covering, different ways that you can make money, discussing about the importance of managing that money that oftentimes we worked really hard to make, and then really beginning to think about and dive more into what multiplying your money means. But at the foundation of all of this is you. And what do I mean by that? Well, your feelings around money, your spending habits with money, your relationship with money. Do you have an abundant mindset or a scarcity mindset? What are some of your early memories, like childhood memories around money? How financially literate are you? All of these things have a huge impact on how you approach making your money, managing it, and ultimately multiplying it. So, a good place for you to start is to check in with yourself. How do you talk to money? Right? So, what I tell people is like, are you attracting it or are you chasing it? And we all know what happens when you chase something. You chase it and it just gets away from you. You just feel like you never quite have enough, right? Or that it's so hard to get money, right? Or that money's meant to be spent. Sometimes that's our feelings around it. Or the extreme opposite. We feel guilty for spending our money. We feel like we got to hold on to it. I tell you what, letting your money just sit in a savings account, it is not serving you well. And you're certainly not multiplying it. Granted, you should definitely have an emergency fund, in your savings account. But once you hit, a good little financial runway, you got to begin investing it. But sometimes because of our feelings around money and our mindset around money, we hold on to it real tight. And if you look back to your first kind of memories with money, your behavior with it, just your overall feelings, you'll start to uncover that the way you go about managing it today or mismanaging it today really stems from what you may have seen around you, how much you had or didn't have growing up. All of these things make an impact. So I've created a tool that I would like to offer you complimentary, and it's the Spa Owners Rapid Revenue Planner. Now, this planner is also part journal. And so some of those mindset things that I spoke about earlier, we have thought prompts in there so that you can check in with yourself and get reflections of what, stressed you that day, what worked great that day, and just a lot of thought-provoking prompts there to help you check in with self. And in addition to that, you'll find that you have a way of navigating your day, right? Because if you don't, plan your day, you don't have a plan for how you're going to go about things, instead of running your day ultimately runs you. And I don't know about you, but I find that I oftentimes can be hella busy, and I'll check in with myself at the end of the day and I realized I wasn't productive at all. So there is a difference between busy and productive. And when we're thinking about making money and managing it, and multiplying it, productivity is important and having a plan is critical. So this will begin developing a really healthy habit of planning that can transcend into those three pillars of making money.